Now that your ionizer is installed and all powered up, let's learn how to use it. You'll note that the power button and the red power LED is still lit. The first thing we'll do is come to the faucet and turn the tap on to a nice easy flow. About medium's good. Then with the lever on the diverter, we'll divert the water to the machine by turning the lever. This will cause the water to process through your ionizer. When the water first comes out, the very first time you use it, it could be discolored. That's carbon dust, which is absolutely normal for any carbon filter. Now, to start your machine processing the water, we'll simply depress the power button once. The LED will go green, which will cause the machine to go into cleaning cycle, indicated by the cosmetic buttons being lit and this tune to play. When the cycle automatically completes, it will revert to the last setting that you had the machine on automatically, which in this case was 1 alkaline. To select alkaline water, you simply depress whatever button you want. If you want level 2, you depress 2. The LED indicator moves up the scale, and you'll notice that the ionization LED indicator is on, indicating that the machine is processing the water. To select acidic water, we'll push the cosmetic button, and that causes the tune to play. And just like with the alkaline setting, you can cycle it through the different levels by depressing the button. The tune will always play to let you know that acidic water is now coming out of the drinking water spout. Filtered water is achieved by just depressing the filtered button. Now you'll note that the ionization light is no longer lit, meaning that the water is not processing through the ionization chamber, but rather just filtering through your BioStone filter. To turn your ionizer off, you simply turn the water off at the faucet or flip the diverter lever. And that will stop the flow of water through your ionizer, and it will go to sleep. The lights will go off. You'll notice that the green power LED is still lit, and that's fine. Just leave the power on for regular use. The only time you would turn the power button off is during an extended vacation. And this is what the machine will look like when it's in between uses. When you turn the machine on, each time you do so, it will start up in cleaning cycle, indicated by the lights and the tune. You can supersede the cleaning cycle by depressing whatever level of alkaline water you choose, and that reverts the machine to processing alkaline water. The machine only needs to clean all the way through its automatic cleaning cycle once a day, and we suggest you do that in the morning. Next, let's learn how to optimize the performance of your ionizer. And you do this by learning how to test the water. We'll take the test kit out of the styrofoam top. The test kit includes in the bag the color chart, which is actually a sticker. You can peel this off and put it on your machine if you choose, or somewhere handy. It includes a dropper bottle of reagent drops, and this is where we include the spare fuse in case you ever need to change the fuse. You'll also want one of the 3 test tubes. Now, to begin to test the water, we'll start the machine to process the water again with a medium flow. The machine will come on in the cleaning cycle, and we'll supersede that and select a 1 on the alkaline side. So starting with the machine on an alkaline setting of 1, let's test the water. First, you'll fill up the test tube about halfway. And place 2 of the reagent drops into the test tube and shake it up. And you've got a nice blue color indicating about an 8 on the pH scale. Let's increase the alkalinity level to 3 and retest the water. You always need to let some water cycle through the machine to make sure you're testing the appropriate level water. takes about 5 to 10 seconds or so, usually as long as it takes you to rinse out your test tube. So half the test tube, 2 more drops of the reagent, finger, shake, and we've got a nice violet color indicating about a 9 on the pH scale. Now I'm going to show you the impact that the flow rate through the machine makes on the alkaline level. You can see here that we've got a nice, easy, medium flow. And you can see that by opening the faucet, I can get a faster flow, or closing the faucet, I can get a slower flow. Let's test the slower flow at the same 3 setting. Rinse out the test tube a couple of times, give that water a chance to process through, make sure we're actually testing the right water. Half the test tube, 2 drops of the reagent, and you can see that this is quite a bit darker. This is now more like a 10 on the pH scale, and that's at the same setting with a slower flow. Conversely, I can speed that flow up, and at a 3, get yet another pH reading. Rinse out the test tube, get about half. Once again, your 2 drops. And you can see that that's a blue. That's still with the machine at a 3, so you can begin to see the impact that the flow rate through the ionizer makes on the performance. You can use this actually as a feature to help you fine-tune the machine. Now I want to note that the colors you're never going to really hit the colors exactly. This is an approximation of the colors on the pH scale. So let's begin by looking at the different colors, starting on the acidic side with this test tube, which would represent about a 4. That's a pretty acidic water, and you'd use that for external purposes like washing your face or rinsing conditioner out of your hair, or many other uses. Moving up the scale to a slightly acidic 6, which would be represented in this test tube, and then up to a neutral of 7 on the pH scale, which is this green test tube here. Most tap water is going to fall somewhere in this range, from the slightly acidic to maybe even the slightly alkaline. Moving up to the alkaline side to an 8, we see that in a nice blue test tube here, and that's where you'll want to start drinking the water. Let your body adjust slowly to the alkalinity. It may take a few days to a week. If you start at too high a pH level, you may experience mild detoxification symptoms, which actually shows that the machine in the water is doing its job as your body is flushing toxins. When you feel comfortable, you'll want to move from the blue color where you start to a light purple to try a higher level of alkalinity. Most people find that they're comfortable drinking the water between 8.5 and 9.5 on the pH scale. Although the machine is capable of producing higher levels of pH, upwards of 10 and higher, there's no reason to believe that the higher level is better for you. As a matter of fact, most people find that when they hit those higher levels of pH, the water actually tastes bad.